Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting into today's top stories, as of Tuesday morning, Katrina Altenhofen is interim director of the Washington County Ambulance Service after county supervisors approved an employment agreement for the longtime paramedic. Board of Supervisors member and ambulance department liaison Jack Seawood Jr. said the agreement was based on a template for County Attorney John Gish's interim replacement during his deployment abroad. The job description reiterates that this is a temporary position and sets payment at $55 per hour, not to exceed 20 hours per week. Altenhofen has her work cut out for her, stepping into the leadership position as county officials and ambulance staff say the department is plagued by factionalism and retaliation. She does not plan to decrease attention to her day job as executive director at Hospice of Washington County. After 15 years serving Henry County, the Cradle of Hope Pregnancy Resource Center hopes to expand their services for mothers in the new year. According to the Cradle of Hope Executive Director Peggy Knutson, the organization hopes to start a home for disconnected young mothers in Henry County. Cradle of Hope acts as an educational and additional support for mothers and families. Clients can receive pregnancy tests, limited ultrasounds, prenatal vitamins, along with classes and resources at Cradle of Hope. Knutson describes the program as a form of mentorship, which teaches new parents about newborn care, knowing a baby's cry, and general life skills. Cradle of Hope wants to provide a space for these women and babies to have not only a roof over their head, but a home environment. The goal is to have growth and exit plans for the women helped with a mother's home over 6 to 18 months. Currently, Knutson is still on the search for a building, with hopes to house multiple mother/baby pairings at a time. Knutson is searching for a home with more than the average 3 bedrooms, so Knutson is looking into a variety of options for this home, including a piece of land on which to build. She welcomes leads and donations in Cradle of Hope's venture to find a suitable place to create this home environment. Additionally, Knutson anticipates needing a number of paid and volunteer staff to operate this home. Other roles that will need filled include a home administrator, house mothers, child care providers, and maintenance for the home and outdoor care. Volunteers could help prepare meals, teach meal planning, grocery shopping, and budgeting. Cradle of Hope welcomes donations to the baby store via their Target or Walmart registries and donations to the Mother's Home campaign. Members of the Washington School District Board of Education voted unanimously Wednesday night to appoint its officer for the next year, naming Troy Sukin as the body's president and Mike Liska as vice president. Board member Mindy Reese nominated Sukin, saying he was the natural pick to replace Eric Turner, who has held the role for 15 years. Sukin said he felt about the same as I did before I walked in the door, but expected a big first year in the leadership role. The school board's president does not cast a vote on most items, but leads the group's meetings and serves as its point of contact for news media. Former board president Eric Turner will remain a member until his term concludes at the end of 2023, but has announced that he won't seek re-election. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we'll have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have the weather and sports coming up, but first obituaries. Robert Herbert Lodges of Donaldson passed away on December 13th at the age of 82. Funeral services will be at 10 a.m. December 17th at Schmidt's Funeral Home in Donaldson. Sarah E. Swift of Salem passed away on December 13th at the age of 68. Funeral arrangements are pending at Murphy Funeral Home of Mount Pleasant. Marjorie Wilson of Salem passed away on December 14th at the age of 90. Services are pending at the Olson Powell Memorial Chapel in Mount Pleasant. Michael Knoll of Mount Pleasant passed away on December 13th at the age of 74. A memorial service will be held at 10:30 a.m. December 17th at the First Baptist Church in Mount Pleasant. That was obituaries. It is now time for the weather.
The weather is brought to you by Jacqueline Ariola, LLC.
Come visit Jackie in her new location downtown. She is ready to serve Washington and the surrounding community. There is a 70% chance of snow showers this evening. Today's high will be 34 and the low will be 22. Tomorrow temperatures will stay below freezing with the high being 29 and it will be cloudy. Saturday the clouds will stick around and temperatures will continue to drop down to 24. On Sunday it will remain 24, although it should be mostly sunny. And we will start our work week with mostly cloudy skies and a high of 24, but it will drop down to single digits overnight. We're going to take another brief break, and when we come back, we'll have sports. Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656. Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
"11 games have been played since Iowa Wesleyan last lost a game, and in each of the Tigers have answered the call and pulled out a win. On Tuesday against St. Ambrose University, it was more of the same as the Tigers were able to top the Fighting Bees 70-64. The Tigers outshot the Bees from the field by 45.5% to 37.5%. The Bees outshot the Tigers from beyond the arc 38.5% to 32%. The Bees out-rebounded the Tigers 42-31. The Tigers had twice the number of assists as the Bees with 14 compared to the Bees' 7. Alante Pickens led the Tigers with 15 points. Unsi added 13 points. Brown and Hurley each finished with 9. Iowa Wesleyan moves to 12-1 with the win. They'll be back in the Ruble Arena on Saturday, December 17th, as they will host Williams Baptist University at 1 p.m. Iowa Wesleyan women's basketball added yet another win to their record on Tuesday night, downing RV Grace College in thrilling victory 60-56. The Tigers outshot the Lancers from the field 48.8% to 32.2%. The Tigers also outshot the Lancers from beyond the arc 55.6% to 23.1%. The Tigers bench outscored the Lancers bench 11-7. The Tigers out-rebound the Lancers 34-31, including 27-17 on their defensive glass. With the win, the Tigers improved to 9-3 on the season and win their third straight. West led the Tigers with 19 points and 9 rebounds. Kyla Moore and Brianna Wedland both added 12 apiece. Teal finished with 9 points off the bench. The win also marks Iowa Wesleyan head coach 274th win, what ties him with Olin Rubel, who coaches the Tigers from 1943 to 1965, for most wins as the Iowa Wesleyan's women's basketball coach, tallying 274 total wins. Tigers will be back in action on December 9th and 30th at the Bellevue Classic in Bellevue, Nebraska, where they will take on the host Bellevue Bruins in Mayville State Vikings. Game 1 against the Bruins at 12:30 p.m. and Game 2 against the Vikings at 4:30 p.m. the following day. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news break.